Hey everybody, MotoPoet59 here. Well, the idiot Gavin Newsom has done it again. He had already, a few weeks ago, declared that 19 of the 58 counties in California had to close their dining facilities, the dine-in facilities, and a few other businesses. And yesterday, he declared that many counties have to go back into shutdown mode, closing barbershops, salons, churches, and all these other places. There's a list. If you want to go look it up, you can. But it's ridiculous. It didn't work the first time. It flattened the curve for a little while. They opened things back up. They began testing more, and back during the shutdown, it was hard to get a test, period. They were only testing people who were symptomatic. The tests were unreliable. Well, right about the time they stopped the lockdown in California, the testing became more common, the testing kits became more reliable, and everybody and their brother wanted to get tested. They were testing people who were non-symptomatic, whereas prior to that, you only got tested if you were symptomatic. So naturally, the number of tests shot through the roof. They went way up. They were on an order of magnitude, they went up. And naturally, by doing that, the number of confirmed cases went up. But the number of people actually getting sick and the number of people dying compared to the number of tests that were being done was actually going down and is still going down. It looks like, the number itself is higher, but compared to the number of tests that are being done, especially where deaths are concerned, that number is really dropping. And they're not telling us that. The media doesn't talk about that. Newsom doesn't talk about. All they talk about are the number of confirmed cases of a disease that has over a 95% recovery rate. And again, the economy of these places right now, Kern County, originally I guess it said it was on the list. That's what I understood. I was pissed. And this morning I found out that as of right now, Kern County is not on that list. But I'm still pissed. I'm pissed because it shouldn't be that way in any county. They said it didn't work the first time. Didn't stop this. Wearing masks didn't even slow it down. And people say it. The pro-mask people say it did. The anti-mask people say it didn't. I don't like wearing masks because it gives me anxiety. And I don't think it does anything for people who aren't sick. And if you do have it and you're asymptomatic, you're not hacking and coughing anyway, so why wear a mask? But that's a whole other thing. I'm not going to get into masks. I'm done with that argument. It's not going to work this time either. This thing needs to be allowed to run its course. If people get sick, they get sick. If they die, they die. I hate to sound so uncaring or unsympathetic about it, but it's just the fact. My dad is 81 years old, and during the last lockdown, he was pissed. He was annoyed, and he likes to go out and have breakfast and go out and have dinner sometimes and go out and do what he needs to do, and he was being stopped from doing that. And it's like he said, I'm 81 years old. I don't have a lot of time left, and I don't want to spend it sitting in my damn house with nowhere to go or nothing to do. He said, I'm not afraid. If I get sick and die, I get sick and die. I'm going to die pretty soon anyway. I don't want my dad to die, but it's his life and it's his decision. And if my sister or myself would have tried to get him to stay, and he would have been pissed if we would have interfered with any of that. If he wanted to go somewhere, I was okay with that. As a matter of fact, I took him out shooting videos with me one of those days during that lockdown. And we weren't around people. We didn't go anywhere other than out in the country shooting videos. But the whole thing stinks. I am not a conspiracy theorist. I've said that before. I don't believe that this was an introduced virus. I don't believe China introduced it into the population in China for some specific reason, nor do I believe they shipped it over here to kill President Trump or Joe Biden or anybody else. I don't believe that for a second. I do believe that the governments, and I've said this in a lot of my videos concerning COVID-19, I do believe that certain state governments exploited people's fears. And I believe that's what Gavin Newsom is doing right now. But here we are. Somebody said that if things don't change in Kern County by Saturday, they'll initiate the lockdown in this county. We've been in where they shut the dining facilities down for about 2 weeks now. They said that would last for 3 weeks. Obviously, that's going to last longer now. It's sad. The economy cannot sustain this. It needs to be allowed to run its course. It's going to run its course anyway. Eventually, all these Fauci's and all these other people that are claiming they know, no one knows anything about this disease. I'm tired of the mathematicians. I'm tired of the doctors. We got doctors over here saying this and doctors over here saying the opposite and some in the middle. It's bullshit. Nobody knows anything about this because they haven't been around long enough to do any real studies on long-term effects, on anything, on how it's going to be contained, if it can be contained. People say we should be locked down until there's a vaccine. We might never get a vaccine. We're certainly not going to get one that's going to contain this because it, like all other viruses, is going to mutate, and it's not going to be effective against those mutations. Generally, the annual flu shots are not effective against the mutation of the flu virus that particular flu shot was developed for. We're always chasing the cat where this is concerned, and I just don't think this is going to do any good. It just needs to be allowed to run its course, see what happens. And people say, well, what if you get sick? If I get sick, I get sick. If I die, I die. I'm a fatalist. If it's my turn, it's my turn. I can't cheat fate, and I don't like the fact that the government is trying to cheat it for me. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Shoot me an email, motorpoet59@gmail.com. And let me know if you think your governor's an idiot too, because I certainly do. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. And we'll see you all later.